Dude, what's up, y'all? And welcome to my channel. Enjoy the video.
Harley Davidson is in big trouble, and if they don't change their brand strategy, I think they're destined for failure. In this video, I'll go over what they need to do before it's too late. Anyways, I'm running late for work, so let's hop on the bike and get to it. By the way, 95% of y'all who watch these videos aren't even subscribed, so if you wouldn't mind doing me a solid, it takes like 2 seconds. 2 seconds, go ahead and do it. Hit that subscribe button, maybe even hit that like button. As a smaller channel, it's greatly appreciated. So let's do it.
You know, I remember growing up, the thought of having a Harley Davidson motorcycle was just so cool. The sound, the brand, all the bikes. I couldn't wait until that day I could finally own one. Now, a lot has been changing as we age. We all know this new generation is a little bit different. We've got phrases like Riz and what the Sigma just taking over the world. This younger generation continues to fight against everything their parents stand for. And obviously, something needs to change. I think my generation was pretty much the last to think of Harley in that way, that historical value. But if you go up to, I don't know, what do they call it nowadays? Gen Zers? Gen Zers don't care about Harley Davidson. They really don't. And not only do they not care, but they definitely don't think it's cool. And I don't think they will. You've got onesie-twosies who maybe their parents had a Harley growing up, and so there's some level of attachment there. But for the most part, Harley's in trouble, man. I think some of the decisions they've made as a company obviously have not been in their favor. For whether it be commercials or corporate policy, it doesn't align with their demographic. There has to be something that can be done to attract the younger generation. Because that younger generation is going to grow up. And when they do, well, what happens to Harley Davidson? You let me know in the comments before I share my thoughts. I know there's a lot to unpackage here. So I'll start with what I think is the most important change. Obviously, the economy we're in and the cost of motorcycles, especially Harley Davidsons, it prices so many people out of the market. I think what they need to do is come up with an entry-level motorcycle in the $7,000 to $11,000 range. This opens you up to some younger riders. I think this whole notion of a luxury brand like they are today, and people buying $20,000 to $40,000 motorcycles, heck, upwards of $50,000. It's great for people who have the money, but they're going to be older. They're not going to be Gen Z. And so you're catering to your current audience, but you're not doing anything to address that gap. And I think if you had one or two bikes, I think about the original Sportster. They no longer sell the Sportster. It's the Sportster S, which I think is pretty cool in its own way. By the way, I've yet to test ride one. I have to. But if they could come up with a version of that that's more affordable, maybe lower displacement, not as many bells and whistles. Heck, maybe even like a naked combo bike, like Indian. What's that bike that Indian makes? It's like a crossover type of bike. That's the first thing that needs to change. Because then you can get some younger folks started on Harley Davidson sooner. And the second piece of that is really modernizing the technology and the bikes. So younger people are obviously tech savvy. So maybe include some of these tech features I know the Road Glide and the Street Glide have those bigger screens, but you're going to need Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay, for those of you crazies that actually still have an Android. I don't know why. But bikes that compete with others in that range, in that entry level range, so you get some attention from that generation. They do a lot of volume in brand sales. I mean, they sell everything from coolers to dog bowls, clothing, and more. And I think there's something there if they can bring their clothing to some more trendy designs instead of just gaudy t-shirts for older people. And then the other piece of that is there's no reason a Harley Davidson t-shirts would be $40 to $50. It's just ridiculous pricing. So bring down the prices on the clothes too. And the more clothing you sell, obviously that's advertising for the company. People are paying for it. It's got to happen. Y'all may not like it. Heck, I may not even like some of the new direction they need to take. But it's the only way the brand survives. Y'all think it can survive with the way it's going today? And it just keeps making those decisions to crank out the same bikes year after year? So it's like striking that balance of tradition, history, and then modernization. Anyway, I gotta stop at my 7-Eleven. Y'all know I have an energy drink addiction. You know, the next thing they can do, focusing on this younger generation again, is use influencers. I know. Y'all are gonna be like, come on, dude. But hey, this is better than going green and e-bikes and, you know, other things. Y'all know what I'm talking about in the recent news, okay? It's better than all that kind of stuff. So hear me out. Influencers like big names in the motorcycle industry, sponsor them. Sponsor people who have a following in the younger generation. They look up to those people, so if they're riding Harleys, if they're representing the brand, that's what younger people look at now, man. It's all about social media and TikTok. That's the marketing. There's no more commercials on TV, and I mean, even Facebook is getting kind of old. It's about modernizing that whole marketing approach. You got to do it. And y'all may hate on me for it, but I'm just saying, I like the brand of Harley Davidson and what it stands for. I do. There's challenges today, yes. But if it doesn't change, it won't exist. Period. If things stay the same, Harley's done for. Period. It's not a sustainable business model right now. I know it's a touchy subject for some, but I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments. Hey, look, it's a bad idea if Harley doesn't change. But you know what else is a bad idea? Not subscribing to this channel. Hey, 95% of y'all that watch these videos aren't subscribed, like I said earlier. It takes 2 seconds. I'm just a smaller channel. I'm harmless. Do me a solid, hit that subscribe button. Like this video if you like it. But most of all, give me your input below. I gotta go to work, unfortunately. I hope y'all are doing something way more fun than me. And if you ride, always remember, keep the rubber side down. Peace.